In the heart of Mexico, a cult leader emerged in the 1960s, a woman whose name would send shivers down the spine of those who heard it, Magdalena Solis. Born into poverty, Solis's life took an unexpected turn when she was recruited by the Hernandez brothers, two small-time crooks who had convinced a group of villagers that they were prophets of ancient Incan gods. Solis soon found herself at the center of this cult, performing as a high priestess. Her charisma was magnetic, her power absolute. Her reign was marked by a chilling mix of devotion and terror, with rituals that involved human sacrifices and the drinking of blood. These shocking practices brought Solis a terrifying reverence among her followers, earning her the chilling moniker, the Blood Countess of Mexico. By the time authorities discovered the horrifying truth, Solis had already etched her name in history as one of Mexico's most notorious figures. Remember to subscribe if you find the life of Magdalena Solis as intriguing as we do. The rise of Magdalena Solis as a cult leader is a chilling chronicle of manipulation and control. She was no common charlatan. She was a master puppeteer who knew exactly which strings to pull. She exploited the vulnerabilities of her followers, using their fears and insecurities to cement her power. It's said that Solis was a master of brainwashing. She wove elaborate tales of divine destiny and eternal salvation, painting herself as the divine conduit. She claimed to be a reincarnated goddess, a clever ruse that solidified her godlike status among her followers. And then came the fear tactics. Solis was known to be ruthless in maintaining her dominance. Those who dared to question her authority were met with severe punishment, often public, to serve as a grim reminder to the rest. But it wasn't just about control. Solis introduced horrific rituals and practices, all under the guise of religious ceremony. Blood rituals were a common occurrence, a gruesome spectacle that only served to deepen the fear and awe among the cult members. In the end, it was this intoxicating blend of fear and reverence that helped Solis maintain control over her followers. She was their goddess, their leader, their tormentor, and their savior, all rolled into one. In a cruel twist of fate, Solis's reign was about to come to a chilling end. As quickly as she rose to power, Solis's blood-soaked reign was about to crumble. The unraveling of Solis's bloody empire began with the brutal murder of a cult member. This wasn't the usual sacrificial offering to appease the gods. It was a gruesome, senseless act that seemed to stem from a brewing internal conflict. This act of violence was a catalyst, setting off a chain of events that would lead to Solis's downfall. The murder didn't go unnoticed. It caught the attention of the local authorities, who had been oblivious to the cult's activities until then. The police intervention was swift and decisive. Solis, the once revered and feared deity, was captured without much resistance. She was stripped of her divinity and reduced to a mere mortal, facing the consequences of her heinous acts. Her trial was a spectacle, a morbid curiosity for the public. The testimonies, the horrifying details of the cult's practices, and Solis's unflinching demeanor made for chilling courtroom drama. The verdict was inevitable. Solis was found guilty on multiple counts, her sentence, life behind bars. In the confines of her prison cell, Solis was a far cry from the goddess she once claimed to be. Her power, her reign, and her influence were all but a distant memory, yet her impact was undeniable, her legacy indelible. Solis's tale serves as a grim reminder of the power of manipulation and the dark side of human nature. Magdalena Solis, the Blood Countess of Mexico, left behind a legacy of fear, manipulation, and horror. Born into poverty, Solis rose to power as a cult leader, using her charisma and cunning to manipulate her followers. Her reign of terror played out in a small Mexican town where she ruled with an iron fist. Her methods were brutal, her punishments severe, and yet, her followers remained devout. Such was the strength of her influence. Solis's life is a chilling example of the power of manipulation and the depths people can sink to under the influence of a charismatic leader. Her reign ended in violence, but her legacy lives on. The small town where she ruled carries the scars of her rule, a stark reminder of the horrors that can unfold when power falls into the wrong hands. Thank you for joining us on this dark journey into the life of Magdalena Solis. Please share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to support our channel.